tuna patties. It's kind of warm outside, so I'm going to be using the propane two-eyed stove. But we've got some little English peas right here, or sweet peas, that I'm going to be warming up, and this is going to be my pan that I'm going to put the tuna patties. So what I've done right here, and what gave me this idea, is that the other day my daughter called and she said, "Mama, what is that recipe for the tuna patties that you used to make?" Well, I haven't made these in a long time. So I thought if she uh, liked them and wanted to cook them for her family, then I'm going to show you all. So what I've done is I've got 6 cans of tuna right here. And the tuna that I'm using is tuna with oil. And there's a reason that I'm using the tuna with oil instead of tuna with water, because we're going to be cooking it in our pan. So I don't have anything on right now for a reason. So I've got my tuna here. I've already drained the oil off. And what I want to do is take a package, a tube of crackers, 1 pack. This is 6 cans of tuna. And I want to smush them. So I don't know how you smush, but I just, both ends, and I just push together, and then I just begin to just crumble it up inside the bag. Any way you can get it to break up, that's what we're doing. All right. I'm going to go ahead and open this pack. I've already got it ready. Because the only other thing that I need is an egg. And I'm going to put 2 eggs because I've got 6 cans. It's probably going to make about 12 patties. I'm not sure yet. We'll see in just a minute. And let's just get us this is a fresh egg, guys. So I need to wash it off. This is an egg that I picked up this morning. And it's quite a large egg. Gonna get me one more. So 6 cans of tuna, 1 sleeve of crackers, 2 eggs, and you want the tuna with oil. I'm going to go ahead and stir all of this up. If you want to use more crackers, you can. The egg helps keep the crackers and the meat. It helps keep all of this together. This doesn't take very long to cook. If you want to add a little salt and pepper, I think that'll be fine too. But that's it. Tuna, egg, and cracker makes a tuna patty. And of course, the more that you stir it around, break up that cracker. Make sure your egg is blended really well, because you don't want to cook any egg in there. You want it to just look like the tuna. You will see the cracker. But I don't want my crackers too mushed up, because it is a bread. And that oil will soak it up. We just about got it ready. I just incorporate all that in. I think I might have lost something. I'm going to have to see what might have went behind my skillet. All right, that's pretty well mixed in together. Told you, I lost a little cracker. All right, now let's get our stove going, and then we'll start padding these out. And you know what? I am going to add just a little bit of salt and pepper. So let's do that. And we just eat ketchup with ours. Or put your little ketchup. And you can serve mashed potatoes with this. I always like peas. But whatever you like with it. If you want to even put it on a bun, like a sandwich, I'm sure that would be fine too. But it's not going to be like a tuna sandwich. It's going to be like we're frying it. So we've got this stirred. I'm going to move this back over here. I'm going to get everything lit. And we're going to get these tuna patties patted out and ready to go. And if you're just watching me for the first time, we are off-grid. So I have a cook stove, wood stove, that I normally cook on. But when it's warm outside, I don't always start that. I'm going to turn these peas down a little bit because I don't need them cooking too much quicker. All right, so we've got our pan heated up. I'm not going to put any oil in it. And you'll be taking the oil from these patties right here that we've already got. So what you're going to do is take your tuna patties and pad them out. So get you a little handful. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. Actually, a little bit more than a handful. Get you a good handful, just like you do a hamburger. You're going to start patting it out. There's not much to it. Flatten it out. And then start putting it in there. And I'm going to keep doing that. If you start to hear a kitty cat, it is because every time we open the door, the cats come in because I've been feeding them inside because it's been cold. So Brother John's been back there bringing in more wood. And the cats are in. I went ahead and I'm feeding them for the evening. There you go. There's 2, and I'm going to put 4 in here total. And I might just try to get 8 patties out of this. But 8 patties for 6 cans, that's still pretty good. You make them as large or small as you want. And that is my cat moving my camera stand. Let me tell you a funny story about the cats. So we got all 3 of these cats from our Amish community. They are free. It's about the only thing that you can go and get for free. Now look, she is still, it's actually he moving my camera stand. Anyway, we go and we get 1 cat to begin with. And we call her Miss Kitty. She is female. And we went recently, this past summer, and we got 2 more cats. A little Siamese kitty, and then we got this little striped cat. And we thought we've got all girls, but come to find out, our striped cat, I told John, I said, she seems to be heavier than everybody else. What's going on? Well, he started looking at what we thought was a she, and she is actually a he. So we've got a Tom, and he's still bumping my camera. I'm going to go ahead and put him out, and I'm going to put this Siamese kitty out, so y'all are going to hear me open this front screen door here and put him out. Now if I can get my little bitty kitty, and then I'll have to wash my hands again. She tried to jump out of my hands. All right. So I don't know if you can hear it yet, but our tuna patties are already cooking. I've got them on a medium to low heat right now. I'll go ahead and turn them up a little bit. But they'll be ready at the same time, of course. And here comes my third cat. I'm going to go ahead and get her out too. If I can get her, she's... Come here, Miss Kitty. Don't y'all just love live video? It's like you're in the kitchen. It's like you're in my home for a minute. All right, that makes me feel better. All three cats are out. Fun times.
She likes tuna patty. I like tuna steak.
Look how big they are.
Oh, that's about equivalent to a tuna steak right there.
And tell them how good it is in case they've never had it before.
Oh, it's good with ketchup. Of course, I eat ketchup with everything. So.
Unless a
cream.
steak sauce. We like steak sauce around here. We like barbecue sauce.
Yeah, Heinz 57. That's the best.
You get all your wood in?
Yep.
You get the dogs?
Yep. They killed a mink.
Well, come in here and tell everybody about the dogs killing a mink.
That's kind of grotesque.
Well, we are a homesteading channel.
They killed a mink. I don't know how mink happened to be down there. There's a pond there, but there's no creek or anything. But there was a mink down there, and they killed it somehow or another, and then they commenced to consume it. And when I got down there, all I found was a tail, a head, the legs, and of course the rest was gone.
Gross.
But
fur?
They eat the midsection up and left the rest. But dogs are nasty like that. I mean, they'll eat the grossest parts.
And these are?
Oh, they're Anatolian Pyrenees, big dogs.
And they're farm dogs. That's what they do. They hunt and they take care of your livestock.
They have no mercy on predators at all.
No. Something gets in.
Something gets in, it's a dead something. Just unless it's a bear or a panther, they're gonna eat it or kill it.
So today's been pretty nice outside. A little windy here in Tennessee. And we are in the month of January, in case you're watching this some other time of the year. Right now it's January here in Tennessee. I was trying to fix us some chili, and I was just going to start it off with, just canned chili, adding the tomatoes. But I didn't have enough. I didn't have enough stuff to even start it like that. So just putting a little butter in my peas. But our tuna patties are starting to cook up. Now, again, I didn't have to add any kind of oil to my pan for that because there's oil in that patty. And it will. We don't want to turn it too soon because we want it to stay together. But guys, and I know tuna's not cheap anymore. It used to be one of the cheapest things that you could probably choose to fix. But if you've got a pantry and you've got some tuna, instead of just always thinking about just tuna with water for a tuna salad or tuna sandwich, think about this with oil. Tuna with oil. These are tuna patties, and my mom used to fix these all the time. And I believe John's mom fixed them too. And he said she did. But tuna patties and just some mashed potatoes, some peas, brings back a lot of good memories. Maybe a pan of cornbread or rolls, whatever you want to do. I'm not going to go to all that. Brother John's sitting here thinking about all the extra.
My mom, she didn't use tuna all the time. A lot of times she would buy that jack mackerel in a can.
Uh-huh.
And that's what she used. And the jack mackerel seemed to be better than the tuna.
But what has the little bones?
Cost a little bit more.
There's some that's got bones in it.
Yeah, sardines.
No, there's a can
Oh, I don't know.
that actually has bones, and it may be. I'm not sure. Y'all can tell
It
us
may be
in
the
the.
jack mackerel's got a little bit of bone in it, but it's not enough to choke you to death or nothing. I mean, I never got any bones in Mama's
No, because she picked it all out.
Jack mackerel patties.
But I can remember that it looks like a little spine and a little
Well, the Jack mackerel's a little more expensive than the
tuna.
tuna, but it holds together better and it tastes better.
So is this poor man?
Yeah, that poor man's meal right there.
Well, right now, I think with the way the economy is and everything in the world,
Of course, a real poor man wouldn't have a propane stove to cook, She's kind of cheap tonight. Especially when we have the big wood stove sitting over there, but I have mercy on her because it does take about an hour to get that stove up to heat to be able to really cook on it. So,
and you got to constantly be putting wood in it.
yeah, it's a hungry beast. It wants to be fed if it's being cooked on.
I mean, within 15 minutes, if you don't watch yourself, it will be out.
But we'll have to crank it up tonight because it's supposed to get down to 26 here. So we don't want our pipes in the kitchen to freeze. We've already been through that once this winter, and it took me 3 days to get everything unthawed. So.
But nothing bust. It was when we had that really cold snap. We heard of people in town that some of them are just now getting their water, their pipes underneath, fixed. I had a friend at church that was telling me that they had all their water pipes to burst during that really cold snap. And because they rent, their trailer park's just now getting everything fixed. So she was a few weeks, I think she told me, close to like four weeks, maybe a little more, getting her everything up and running again. But it was because there wasn't enough underpinning. Here, it just, that temperature dropped, that when it came in, it dropped so quickly. And I can't even tell you, I think it went from 40 to like 20 something within just a few hours, and then a few more hours after that, it was 0. And we might have even gotten -2, and it stayed that way, not moving much at all in the temperature. And it just had everything froze, and we had to set alarms to keep putting wood, not only in the kitchen cook stove, but also in the wood stove in the back. So, I know, a lot of people living on the grid, you have concerns because of the amount of power that's going out. When it gets cold, people want to crank everything up, but really what you need to do is, if everybody would reserve and keep everything, just put extra blankets on your bed or whatever you got to do, because when you pull on that grid, it causes that 30-minute rollouts, or and I don't know if I'm saying it right, but here in Tennessee, in our area, they had 30-minute intervals, brownouts, where they would have to shut you had no power coming into your home because of the demand on the grid. It was overworking it. So instead of the whole system going down, they were just trying to keep everybody with some kind of power. But I do know some areas went as long as 3 hours at a time without any power, and they were complaining. So even though Brother John and I, we have to constantly be thinking about wood, he not only, he does wood like all year round. There's very few weeks that he's not thinking about wood, because it's just something that we have to use. We use it. We also have a small kerosene heater, and we do have a little buddy that takes those 2 little propane tanks on each side. That works really well. Well, my peas, they are just about ready, so I'm going to go ahead and try to cover them up and turn their little heat way down. But we're just about done right here, because really, your tuna's already done. The cracker is fine. You're just wanting all of it to hold together. But I'm going to say that these tuna patties are just about ready. And I'm not going to keep you for the next 4, but it looks like I've got enough to do 4 more. So, very easy. Remember this next time that you are considering to do tuna. Get you a few cans with oil. And I'll remind everybody again, I had 6 cans of tuna. You don't want to drain all the oil off. It's okay if you have, just go ahead and dump it in your little bowl. Keep your oil in it, because the extra oil doesn't do anything but just allow you to cook it without having to put any extra fat. 1 sleeve of crackers and 2 eggs, but I'm getting 8 patties. So you could halfen that very easily if you just wanted to serve 2 people. Here's 2 patties, 2 patties. Brother John and I are real good about eating leftovers. We have no problem warming something up. I know there are some people in the world that they don't want a leftover, but we don't mind at all. I'm going to flip this back over and see how we are on this side. I know we're brown here on the top. I just want to see how this has been cooking underneath. It's fine. Now those little white pieces you see in there, that's the cracker, but believe me, it tastes just fine. Just fine. Well, we're going to be doing a lot more cooking videos here in the next few weeks. I'll try to get us a little menu together. We've come out of that holiday season. I've got our son is coming in with our daughter-in-law in the next little bit. They'll be in at the end of January, and I'm looking forward to spending time with my 3 grandbabies. They were living here for about a year and a half, and they have an opportunity where they've moved to now, but it's 1,000 miles away where they've moved. But because our son is still in the National Guard, he has to come this way once a month. So this month we've got it's not a surprise now, I know about it, but we've got a treat, and that is just to have all of our grandbabies and our daughter-in-law here, and our son. Of course, he'll be doing what he's supposed to do every day. He'll be gone from probably 8 o'clock till evening every day. Actually, he'll be gone longer than that. Guys, I'm sitting here eating a little bit of this. Before we end, I will take one off and just show you. I'll cut it for you and let you see. But if you like tuna, and I do, I really think you'll like this. Let me give you a little fork. We'll be all professional here. I really enjoy that YouTube lets you come into our kitchen for a minute. And keep everything cooking. There's that little piece right there that came off, but look right here. It's so soft. It cooks up so quick and easy. See that steam coming off there at all? It's pretty hot, but it's good. You just have a little bit of crispiness on the top. But you see how it is sticking together like a meat does when you add that egg and you add that cracker. It keeps it together. Tuna patty. All right, I hope you've enjoyed this time as I have, and I look forward to seeing you very soon. Remember, when you believe in the Lord Jesus, greater is He that is in you than he that is in the world. So God bless you, and I look forward to your visit next time on Homesteading Haven.